Hello guys, and today we have here another awesome video. We have here a discussion video on the ARG format, the thing that ARG is doing where they create their own ban list, and I am really curious about how Konami is going to respond on this. But let's look at the problem right now. Let's look at the problem, and that is players want pretty much what Konami did is they got rid of the ban list season by saying the ban list will come out whenever it's ready. They gave themselves more power so that way they could try to make better choices, so that way they could watch the format and watch how things evolve and see if it's really necessary to hit cards to give them more time. And players apparently like ARG didn't like that. They want to know every so often there will be a ban list, so that way there will be a ban list season, so that way they can get ready for a new ban list. And as a player, of course, I would like there to be ban list season. I think it's an interesting part of Yu-Gi-Oh! But I mean, Konami doing that, it's not the worst thing in the world. But what I'm frustrated in is these guys ban list what they think should be banned, and I just saw Asian Nights, I didn't even get to see their reasoning. So let's just go over this stuff. Djinn release or ritual, Fusion Gate, Lavelvo Chain, Nekroz, Attritional, Royal Magical Library, Bane these entrants, all those cards getting banned. Okay. Restricted to 1, Sir, El Shaddai Construct, El Shaddai Fusion, Bubble Man, Stratos, Instant Fusion, Mistake, Nekroz of Unicorn, Zenmaity, 2 Dante, Ravine, Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss, Dragon Ravine, Inspector, Hornet, Rescue Rabbit, Summoner, Trencher Tribute, Wind Up Magician, no longer restricted, Chaos Sorcerer, Dark Hole, Glow Bulb, Sacred Sword, 7 stars. So they hit pretty much everything. The only thing they didn't really hit is the Clifffords. They didn't really hit them too much. Now, I haven't looked at their logic or anything, but here's what I see first. So Djinn release or rituals is a thing. And as you know, I don't want this card to get hit. I don't think it should get hit, because this is rituals. This is rituals in a nutshell. Like this monster right here. Djinn release for rituals. I think they have a picture of it down below. Yeah, this guy. This guy. Without him, rituals can be played. You can't play Relinquish now. You can't play Saphira. Herald of the Archetype and Herald of Glorious Light are just not as good now. If you want to try to play the builds but they don't, then good luck trying to get tethys off, because it always ends up failing. And so, with Djinn release or rituals banned, it's just, I feel it's a little bit bad, because so many people complain about the power creep in this game, but then it's kind of nice when I can take Relinquish and go fuck up the latest deck, because it's no special summoning Nekroz, I used a Djinn against you, and I just use Relinquish. So this is what ritual summoning is pretty much. Now it's either Nekroz or you're not playing rituals anymore, because you can't get anything off with them. You can't get anything too strong. Relinquish only gets rid of 1-2 monsters. You'll take the greatest monster and then attack over it. Saphira will attack through a monster and probably let you draw some cards. But it doesn't really fix the problem. It doesn't help rituals having this card banned, because that is what gives them so much power. It's boom, I'm getting on a monster that says you can't special summon, so you can't play. And so now, I feel Djinn being banned is just a really awful thing. Really awful. Just hurts so many decks. I mean, this is supposed to be a very competitive thing, but the thing that gets me is that you just fucked up Nekroz anyways. You just fucked them up really badly. You banned Trishula. You banned Trishula and Nekroz can't play, because just come on. Come on, what are they gonna do? They have no monster removal. Or back row removal. What? Valk's at 3 in this format, but Unicorn is at 2, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but all they have is extra deck effects negated, so they have the extra deck lock, and then Valk. I mean, yeah, you could summon Brio and bounce stuff through your hand, or use Garnier's effect to destroy stuff, but that just makes the deck way too outrageous. So banning Djinn and then banning Trishula? Just why? Just why? It just doesn't make sense for Nekroz. Now Nekroz can't be played. Yeah, they're a bad deck, but it's either you kill the actual deck or you kill its generic support. And I'd rather you kill the actual deck. It's just stupid. It's just really stupid. They killed the deck by banishing Trishula, and then they hit Djinn Release or Rituals for no reason. Fusion Gate, I don't actually know why it's on the list, so I'm actually going to be curious. Lavelvo Chain, okay, have you looked up the DP Yu-Gi-Oh! On why Lavelvo Chain shouldn't be banned? Did you guys look up the video he made? Because this card does nothing by itself. It puts a monster on the top of your deck, or it sends a card from your deck to the graveyard. That's all it does, guys. All it does. And so, Lavelvo Chain, if you're gonna ban Djinn Release or Rituals, why the hell are you gonna ban Lavelvo Chain? Like, what are you afraid of, Shadalls? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of the Tellarknights? What? What are you afraid of? Clown Blade? Let the card come out first. I hate preemptive strikes on banlist. Let's hit this because this card's coming out. Okay. Royal Magical Library, yeah, that makes sense. Vanity's Emptiness kinda makes sense. I mean, I thought it was pretty good at 1. But again, people don't like it when you say you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Which to me is really, really powerful. I think is very skillful, is when you can control what your opponent is doing very effectively. I feel that's actually a lot of skill, but then again, skill doesn't exist in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So now we go to the restricted to 1, and we find out that pretty much the rest of the meta has just got fucked up. 0 to 1, yeah. So Burning Abyss, Shadalls, they're not able to be played as strong. They're not as strong anymore. And like Stratus is at 1, so that's cool. That's cool. Zenmaity's back. Like, it's just, they've completely hit every deck, and it's like, wow. Like, the only deck they didn't hit was Tellarknights. Just, like, what deck were these people playing is my question. I wonder that. But like, they just, El Shadow Fusion, yeah, that makes sense. It's quick play, it's fast. But then again, you only need 1, so it wouldn't really hurt the deck. Putting Constructor to 2-1 does hurt the deck, though. It really does hurt the deck. Because she just does a whole bunch of deck thinning, and she laughs at every single monster, and what you make with Shadal Fusion. And Surgo into 1 is really gonna hurt Burning Abyss, because now they have to use Dante, which they now only have 2 of, which means you can't even play the deck to begin with, because you need 3 Dantes. It's either 3 Dantes or triple Draw of Avarice in the deck, which the deck probably doesn't have room for. Or maybe Exodius. Maybe triple Draw of Avarice and triple Exodius in the main deck now for Burning Abyss. Just so that way you can make sure you always have access to Dante. Instant Fusion, yeah, I know it's a thing, but like, honestly, I feel if you're gonna run more than 1 Instant Fusion, either you're running the Nodin deck, or you're just an idiot, because like, it would clog bad. It's just like opening up a Draw of Avarice. I can't use Draw of Avarice when my first turn, because A, it's a trap card, and B, I don't have cards in my graveyard. Same with Instant Fusion, you can't Nodin. So really, I don't feel running 2 Instant Fusions in any deck, except for the Nodin deck would be even good, like Instant Tellarknights, nah, and I just feel it would clog too much, it'd make too much problems. So, like, yeah, I will admit that card should be probably at 1, but come on, I just don't see anybody really playing 2 and being able to abuse the card anyways. Mistake, yeah, that was a thing, not being able to search. Wow, these people really don't like being played. Like, I swear, if you tell a Yu-Gi-Oh player they can't play, or you do something that stops their play, they just get so pissed, I swear. Effect Veiler? How much skill does Effect Veiler have? This is like, this makes me angry, to be honest. It's like, you can't do anything to fuck up your opponent. Well, apparently you can use Torrential Tribute twice. Apparently you can do that. So that went to 2, Dante to 2. Again, you need 3 Dantes in the deck to play Burning Abyss, otherwise you're not playing Burning Abyss. Rescue Rabbit, the rest of those cards pretty much does interesting does that. Cards that don't need to be on the list and Konami should probably look at. Summoner's Art, that hurts Cleese. Like, wow. Just wow. Dark Hole to 3. That's cool. So let's look at the reasoning. Djinn Release, Ritual, and Vanity's Emptiness Man. There were three cards that were almost, if not at all, mini members list. And these were 2 of the, this was anonymous. think I said that right. These cards do not let you play the game and makes the game less fun. Wow. Yeah. But just if you're gonna hit the actual deck that's abusing this card, why hit the generic support? Why hit the stuff? It's like hitting Upstart, because a deck's able to abuse it, like a deck's able to add it to its hand 5,000 times. Like, it's not. If you're gonna hit the card that lets it add it to its hand 5,000 times, why hit Upstart? This is what they did. They hit Nekroz, but then they hit the generic support that Nekroz had, which was Djinn. I mean, it'd be like hitting Manji now, without the deck being able to be as good as it was. Fusion Gate, an element to hero Bowman restrict one. With Bring Back Django, we had to hit a couple cards where we thought heroes would be too powerful, with them in one Bowman band as well. Stratus at 3. Overall, we feel that Stratus is not the problem card of the deck, since reinforcement of the army and E-Call are unrestricted. With Evo Chain, almost every member wanted this card banned, and the ones that did not want it restricted to 1. Restricting XZ monsters doesn't do anything if you only want one copy of them. In one member's explanation, he said it was consistently a centerpiece to degenerate FTKs. Blue-blooded only, like, fuck you. Like, who plays blue-blooded only? Overpowered combo decks, infinities. They'll hit anyways. Again, hit the main deck or hit the generic support. If you're gonna hit the generic support, bring back the cards that abused it. If you're gonna, you hit Djinn and then you hit the level chain. It's just like, wow, these arguments are weak. Weak sauce, ARG. Weak sauce. You're never gonna see this video. Nekroz Trisha. Then you get the card that is currently legal, and it is the only part of Nekroz that just makes it so dominant. If we outright ban the card, Nekroz is still a playable deck, but it's not. It's not playable at all. Like, you have no removal. You have the Nekroz Saka. But if they come out with a monster that's just big, like Construct, Valk isn't gonna do shit, and you're gonna have to run Garnier or have Unicorn and Valk on field. And this is, yeah, I understand Royal Magical Libraries here. Yeah, Burning Abyss would become a big contender, and leaving Untouched is too strong. Substante and what gives Burning Abyss all their advantage. And they run out of seats to loop. So the reason why we restricted Dante to 2 and Burning Abyss run out of Dante's, it's difficult to make them play. Yeah, but they can't play without 3 Dante's pretty much. This is how the deck works. This is, like, I'm not gonna call this a bad ban list. Like, this is their first attempt. I'm giving them some time. Like, pretty much my big thing's Djinn. My big thing's Djinn. That's my only thing. Like, everything else, like, yeah. Except for Instant Fusion. Preemptive it. Fuck you. Fuck you. No. If something's gonna be broken, I guess it kinda did it with Magical Library too. But if something's gonna be broken, let us at least play with it and see if it's actually gonna form the meta. Don't just guess. Don't guess. Just like, give us the time to abuse it. But yeah, so yeah, preemptive strikes, fuck that. And that's just like, no matter if it's Konami or ARG, just no. So yeah. So now you're just going on a hit train. That's what you're doing. You're going on a hit train. Let's hit this deck. Okay, no, this deck's gonna be too powerful. Let's hit this deck. Oh, this deck's gonna be too powerful. Let's hit this deck. And then hits the Talonites. Or Clearforts. Except for Summoner. It has not been a good thing. It doesn't completely shut down decks from playing the game. Yeah, like Nekroz. Then Matey probably should be back in the game. Ski Rabbit, don't really care. Glow Bob, don't really care. Yeah, this is the entire list with the changes they made. Yeah, so just stupid. Just honestly stupid. Again, this is our first try, but like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like banning the Neb, but then banning reinforcement of the army. It's like, just why? You can't place the Tellarknights without one Neb at the very least, or banning Altair. So why the hell would you hit frickin' Reinforcement Army or Call the Haunted? That's what they did here. Like, Vandy's Emptiness, yeah, it makes sense. It's a card that can just be flipped and just can screw people over. But it's not the most broken thing in the world. It's broken in Pendulums. That's what it is. It's broken in Pendulums. Because now you can't just attack their monster and be like, ha, now it's gone. Like, you could, like, Shadows, oh, attack your face down Falcon? Bye-bye Falcon, no effect. So, yeah. And they're really against OTKs apparently. So this part. Yeah, wow. This is just banlist. Like, again. It's just like, wow. Like, Construct, yeah, she probably should be at one. El Shaddai Fusion probably should be hit. You only need one. It's just gonna hurt the deck's consistency because you want to fusion someone first turn. Granted, though, it gives me 2 extra places in my extra deck. There goes Refusion going straight in, so that way I can cycle back the Construct, and then Exodius will probably take the other spot. Excuse me. And then, but like Construct, yeah, I feel like the deck has enough cycling power anyways, has enough cycling card access to it, that Construct probably could be at 1 and it could still be very playable, but just like Labobo Chain and Djinn. It's just like, why? Why? If you're gonna hit problematic card, which is Trishula, which makes the center of the entire deck for Necros, why would you hit Djinn? Why would you hit Lavelvo Chain? Because, like, really, like, you're afraid, like, the deck's just gonna become a Djinn lock based deck where it's like, Manju, Unicorn, Lavelvo Chain, make Colossus Djinn lock you? Like, is that what you're afraid of, guys? Because that's pretty much the only thing they could actually do. And if that would have happened, they wouldn't be that good. They just wouldn't be. Like, I feel they just lose out just against so much different matchups now because they just might not be able to play. And Lavelvo Chain didn't do anything. He's an extra deck monster. You run 1 copy of him, and like, unless the deck is a big thing, like, again, you're talking about Blue-Blooded Oni, which nobody plays, or Infernities, which is dead. The deck's dead. And now that you put Bubble Man in 1, Villains is dead. Infernity Heroes, for those who don't know. And so, and like, you literally say, unlock strategies, Djinn. Like, no. There is no unlock strategies anymore. Djinn's fucking banned. Like, unless you want to talk about the other Djinn release hero rituals, I mean, there's one that makes it unaffected by trap cards, one that makes it unaffected, can be targeted, one that negates single monster effects. But nothing that's really strong like this fuck. I mean, he is one of my favorite cards, so there is a little bit of bias. But, and I understand being able to not play is a thing, but I mean, like, come on, this is the heart of ritual summoning. Now players can ritual summon. That's the big thing. You can't ritual summon now because you can't even play Necros anymore. Because now they have nothing. They can't even go Colossal as Djinn. And so Necros, throw those guys out. So now it's Burning Abyss, Talonites, Shaddolls, and Cleafords in the meta. It's just like, I mean, going up to a Talonite player, summoning the Neko Psycho, activating Black Illusion Ritual, banning a Djinn, taking their fucking Net and saying no special summoning. That just poops on them. They're just like, what the fuck? This is Relinquish? What is this? Like he's never been played. He's never been competitive. Or you just plop down a Saphira because you're playing that deck. Like, I feel Saphira works really well with Burning Abyss. And, so, it's just like these weird things that just make the game a little bit more bearable. Because it isn't all meta and just new cards. It's like, those new cards are getting wrecked by my old cards. And then you use the super rare version of Djinn. But yeah, that has been my rant. Just gonna say it one more time. If you're gonna hit the problematic cards of a deck that make a deck good, why hit the deck's generic support? And if you're gonna hit generic support that you think is really generic and really powerful for a lot of deck, why don't you release and make the deck that's banned, like Infinities, Why don't you put their copies up so that way they can be played? Because now they don't have the generic cards that they were abusing. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And see you guys later.